Welcome to Breaking Bulletin, your trusted source for current affairs, news, and documentaries from around the globe. Today, we read diving into an exciting development that is set to transform Jamaica's tourism landscape, the Negril International Airport Project. Before we begin, if you find value in our content, please take a moment to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more breaking news and in-depth analyses. Now, let's explore this ambitious project that promises to reshape Jamaica's western coast. The Negril International Airport Project is a proposed development aimed at constructing a new international airport in the popular tourist destination of Negril, Jamaica. This project has been a topic of discussion for several years, with proponents arguing it will boost tourism and economic growth in the region. However, it has also faced criticism and concerns from environmental groups and some local residents. Let's examine the various aspects of this project, its potential impacts, and the ongoing debates surrounding its implementation. The proposed Negril International Airport would be located in the western part of Jamaica, serving as a gateway to the famous 7 Mile Beach and the surrounding resort areas. The project aims to alleviate pressure on the existing Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay and provide more direct access to Negril for international tourists. Supporters of the project argue that it will significantly enhance Jamaica's tourism infrastructure and competitiveness in the Caribbean market. One of the primary arguments in favor of the Negril International Airport Project is its potential to boost tourism numbers and revenue. By providing a more convenient entry point for visitors, the airport could attract more tourists to the western part of the island. This increased accessibility could lead to higher occupancy rates in local hotels and resorts, benefiting the hospitality industry and creating new job opportunities for local residents. The project is also expected to stimulate economic growth in the region. The construction phase alone would create numerous jobs in the construction and related industries. Once operational, the airport would require a workforce for various roles, from air traffic control to ground services, security, and retail. This influx of employment opportunities could have a ripple effect on the local economy, potentially leading to increased spending and investment in the area. Proponents of the airport project argue that it would help distribute tourist arrivals more evenly across the island. Currently, most international visitors arrive through Montego Bay or Kingston. By offering a new entry point in Negril, the project could help alleviate congestion at existing airports and promote a more balanced distribution of tourists. This could potentially lead to the development of new attractions and accommodations in the western region, further diversifying Jamaica's tourism product. However, the Negril International Airport Project is not without its critics and challenges. One of the primary concerns raised by environmental groups is the potential impact on the delicate ecosystem of Negril. The area is known for its pristine beaches, coral reefs, and mangrove forests, which play crucial roles in both tourism and environmental conservation. Critics argue that the construction and operation of a large-scale airport could pose significant threats to these natural resources. The potential for increased noise pollution is another concern raised by local residents and environmental advocates. Aircraft noise could disrupt the tranquil atmosphere that many tourists seek when visiting Negril. This could potentially harm the area's reputation as a peaceful getaway destination and affect the quality of life for local communities. Land acquisition and displacement of local residents is another contentious issue surrounding the project. The construction of an international airport requires a substantial amount of land, which may necessitate the relocation of some residents or businesses. This process can be complex and emotionally charged, potentially leading to conflicts between developers and local communities. Critics also question the economic viability of the project, arguing that Jamaica already has sufficient airport capacity to handle current and projected tourist arrivals. They suggest that resources could be better spent on upgrading existing infrastructure or investing in other areas of the tourism sector, such as improving roads, enhancing attractions, or promoting sustainable tourism initiatives. The Environmental Impact Assessment EIA for the Negril International Airport Project has been a subject of intense scrutiny. Environmental groups have called for a thorough and transparent EIA process to ensure that all potential impacts on the local ecosystem are carefully evaluated and mitigated. This includes assessing the effects on wildlife habitats, water resources, and air quality. Proponents of the project argue that modern airport design and construction techniques can minimize environmental impacts. They point to examples of airports around the world that have successfully implemented eco-friendly practices, such as using renewable energy sources, implementing water conservation measures, and incorporating green spaces into their design. However, skeptics remain concerned about the long-term ecological consequences of such a large-scale development in a sensitive coastal area. The Jamaican government and project developers have emphasized their commitment to sustainable development and have promised to adhere to international best practices in airport construction and operation. They argue that the economic benefits of the project will provide resources for enhanced environmental protection and conservation efforts in the region. As the debate continues, it's important to consider the broader context of Jamaica's tourism strategy and economic development goals. The country has long relied on tourism as a major source of foreign exchange and employment. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the vulnerability of this sector to external shocks, prompting discussions about diversifying the economy and enhancing resilience. Supporters of the Negril International Airport Project argue that it aligns with Jamaica's long-term vision for tourism growth and economic diversification. They suggest that the airport could serve as a catalyst for developing new tourism products and attracting investment in other sectors, such as technology and logistics. Critics, however, caution against over-reliance on large-scale infrastructure projects and advocate for a more balanced approach to development. They argue for investments in education, healthcare, and small business support to create a more resilient and diversified economy. The project's financing is another area of debate. While specific details of the funding structure have not been fully disclosed, it is likely to involve a combination of public and private investment. Some observers have raised concerns about the potential for increased public debt and the long-term financial sustainability of the project. Proponents counter that the economic benefits and increased tourism revenue will offset the initial investment costs. They argue that the airport will generate significant returns over time through increased visitor spending, job creation, and broader economic growth in the region. As the discussions around the Negril International Airport Project continue, it's crucial for all stakeholders to engage in open and transparent dialogue. This includes government officials, project developers, environmental groups, local communities, and tourism industry representatives. Finding a balance between economic development and environmental conservation will be key to the project's success and acceptance. One potential compromise that has been suggested is to explore alternative locations for the airport that may have less environmental impact while still providing improved access to Negril and the surrounding areas. This could involve identifying sites further inland or repurposing existing airfields to minimize new construction in sensitive coastal zones. Another approach could be to phase the project, starting with a smaller airport facility that could be expanded over time as demand grows. This would allow for a more gradual impact assessment and provide opportunities to adjust plans based on real-world data and experiences. Regardless of the final decision on the Negril International Airport Project, it is clear that Jamaica must continue to invest in its tourism infrastructure to remain competitive in the global market. This may include upgrading existing airports, improving road networks, enhancing public transportation options, and investing in sustainable tourism initiatives. As we conclude our exploration of the Negril International Airport Project, we invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Do you believe the potential economic benefits outweigh the environmental concerns? What alternative solutions might address Jamaica's tourism infrastructure needs while preserving its natural beauty? Your insights and perspectives are valuable to this ongoing discussion. Remember to like this video if you found it informative, share it with others who might be interested in Jamaica's development projects, and subscribe to Breaking Bulletin for more in-depth analyses of current affairs and global news. We strive to bring you balanced, factual reporting on the issues that matter most. Thank you for joining us today as we examined the complex issues surrounding the Negril International Airport Project. As this story continues to develop, we'll be here to keep you informed with the latest updates and insights. Until next time, this is Breaking Bulletin, bringing you the world's stories, one report at a time.